The Capcom Fighting Game Collection is finally here, bundling together a total of 10 different Capcom fighters, some never before officially released outside of Japan, with both offline and online content that will sure please many fans of these classic titles. So how does this collection fare when it comes to its content, value, and above all, online netcode? Let's find out. Now before we do that, gentle reminder to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I drop a new video. And for a chance to win this game for free, watch the video until the end. Released on Steam, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and the Nintendo Switch, the Capcom Fighting Collection contains a large selection of fighting games that might be obscure for some new fans of the genre. These are the entire Darkstalkers series, with Darkstalkers Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter, Vampire Savior, Vampire Hunter 2, and Vampire Savior 2. Outside of the Darkstalkers series, the collection also includes Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition, Super Gem Fighters, Super Puzzle Fighters, Cyberbots, and Red Earth. These last two titles are obscure games released on Capcom's CPS-3 arcade system and never received a home console before. Looking at the lineup, it is clear that this is more of a Darkstalkers collection with bonus titles than a true Capcom Fighting Collection. But nevertheless, what we have here is plenty, and is indeed a joy to be able to replay these titles on modern consoles. Cyberbots and Red Earth remain the most obscure of the bunch. The former is a game pitting giant mechas against each other in a rather limited gameplay style, while Red Earth is more of a boss rush rather than a traditional fighting game. With only a handful of selectable fighters, as the player you fight boss after boss until you finish the game. I found myself enjoying Red Earth, but could not say the same about Cyberbots. Hyper Street Fighter 2 might be the highlight for Street Fighter fans, as this is the first time this version of Street Fighter 2, where you get to choose from different versions of your characters, gets the online treatment, and it is a title I see myself spending a lot of time with. Super Puzzle Fighter is more of a puzzle game, hence the name, than an actual fighting game, but I love this title so much so I will not complain that it is part of the collection. Super Gem Fighter Minimix is also quite an interesting addition. Putting a handful of selectable Capcom characters in SD forms fighting each other in silly ways is an interesting idea that was odd when the game was released back in the day and still is today. But I am glad this little gem, pun intended, made it to the collection. Capcom has also included a neat feature showing the exact ROM used for the collection. Some of the games which had worldwide arcade releases allow you to choose which ROM region you want to play, which is absolutely a great little bonus. All the games here are perfectly emulated, allowing you to relive the heyday of the arcade scenes of the 90s. Launching a game is quick and gets you quickly into the action. The games available are all in their arcade form, so do not expect a training mode or in-game specific options. Speaking of options, the collection allows you to add different filters to the screen. So whether you want scan lines added to your image or you prefer a crystal clear pixel representation, the collection got you covered. You can also play the games in their original 4:3 aspect ratio or in a modified 16:9 or stretched form. The collection also tries to cater to new fans of the fighting game genre by having a one-button attack option. This is a little bit similar to what we heard about the upcoming Street Fighter 6. This feature will allow you to map motion attacks, like a fireball or even a super, to a specific button, making you able to shoot Hadokens with just one button press. If this sounds terrifying for online play, you can choose to not play against players who have this option turned on. Between this and the Street Fighter 6 easy control, it really seems that Capcom is trying to bring new fans to the genre. And even though I am not a fan of these simplified inputs, I really appreciate the efforts in trying to grow the fighting game community. Speaking of making things easier, a save state option is also available, giving you instant access to a previously saved spot in a particular game. So if you do not want to just hit continue after a loss and try again, and rather want to correct mistakes within the same match or round, all you have to do is save your state and reload it at will. Aside from the games themselves, the Capcom Fighting Collection includes a museum section with tons of artwork and design files for each of the 10 games. This alone is worth the $39.99 price tag if you are a fan of these series. A music section is also available where you can listen to the entire soundtracks of each game. While this is indeed a cool feature, you are limited to listening to music inside this mode only. So you cannot customize the games to have different soundtracks or even change in the menu music. An important aspect of this collection is of course the online play. Capcom has announced previously that the games will be using rollback netcode, which is becoming the standard of online play, and rightfully so. While it is kind of early to definitely judge the quality of the netcode, from the initial impressions things are good. You can choose in which games you want the matchmaking to find opponents for you. You may choose one game or all the 10 games. You can set to find opponents within your region or worldwide. And it is in this screen where you choose whether you want to fight those monsters who choose to use the one-button special moves or not. Shame on you, one-button gang. While matchmaking is taking place, you can choose to wait for your match while playing any of the 10 games of the collection. While I am very pleased to see these games getting the rollback treatment, as a Street Fighter fan, I feel really bad about the amazing package that was Street Fighter Collection, as that title is a collection of many of the Street Fighter games, but unfortunately has terrible netcode, and only a few selections of those games have online. But that's another subject for another video. Hopefully Capcom will update that title with rollback netcode. Capcom Fighting Collection is a great package with tons of content and games, and while this feels more like a Darkstalkers collection featuring other games too, it is still a commendable effort by Capcom and one that should please fans of the fighting games genre. Capcom Fighting Collection is currently available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam for $39.99. Now it's giveaway time. If you want to get a copy of this game on Steam, all you have to do is subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. 2 lucky winners will be chosen randomly to receive the game for free on Steam along with some bonuses as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Neogeonow. Now don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank my patrons for supporting the channel and making this content possible. Making daily videos and especially the documentaries and lore episodes takes a very long time and a lot of effort, and being able to get some support for these time-consuming tasks allow me to keep going and strive for more and better content. With that said, I want to give a big special shout out to Michael, Brian Tiard, Fahad Suwaidi, Jacques Paul, Berugadono, and Enrique Sandoval, as well as special thanks to Shaka Asamia, Refugio Robles, Felipe Guimara, Jihao Ju, Muhammad Al-Blushi, Anthony Longino, Burned Retinas, Lily Wong Esmeralda, Goran, and Dangerman 1973. Those of you who are not yet Neogeonow patrons, I hope you will check my Patreon page where you can become patrons, helping the channel produce more videos as well as receive special perks that are exclusive to patrons, like early access to videos, exclusive making-offs. Link for the Neogeo Patreon page is in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.